Okay, another Bears signing here as they go with Grady Jarrett for a 3-year, $43.5 million deal, 28.5 fully guaranteed. I guess you can't go 28.3 fully guaranteed with a former Falcons player. You got to bump it up to .5. I had to throw a joke in there. Grady Jarrett going to the Chicago Bears. So who is Grady Jarrett? If you're unaware, he is a player who has had an incredible career with the Atlanta Falcons. There was a while where he was essentially their one good player consistently, not their one good player, but he was, I feel like a lot of times, their only good player on their defensive line. Actually, only a 2-time Pro Bowler, which is surprising to me. I would have guessed he was like a 5-time Pro Bowler, but only twice in 2019 and 2020, was also a second-team All-Pro in 2019. The thing about Grady Jarrett, though, is he is getting up there in age. He's 31. He's going to be 32 during the season next year. And he hasn't really been quite as good as of late. In the past few years, we have seen a steady decline. He's still been able to play play a good amount of snaps for most of his career. He's only had, outside of his rookie year, he's only had 1 year where he's had under 700 snaps. That was 2 years ago when he had around 300. But, just use PFF grades as an example. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but just to use it as an example, he had grades over 90 in 2018 and 2019. It fell to 80 in 2020, and then 67, 71, 70, and then finally 62 this most recent year. So PFF has said he's maybe not a star player like he once was, but that doesn't mean he's a bad player either, and is still a very good run stopper and an effective enough pass rusher as well. So I think that that's something that you can look at. Again, they clearly want to improve the trenches. That's what they do. That's what they did with the Lions. That's what Ben Johnson wants to do here with the Bears. You put him next to Montez Sweat, have Dayo and Dagabo here. They're putting a lot of resources into it, and I think he should be an effective piece for them. I don't know if he's going to be a star player for them. In fact, I would be surprised if he ends up being a star player, but you're paying for a competent interior defensive lineman, which is a position of need. They really want to improve this. Position of need, I know you might say, well, wait a second. They have Jervin Dexter Sr., to have Andrew Billings, but you need more than just 2 players. You're not going to necessarily need Grady Jarrett out there every snap, and even the 800 snap seasons, those might be behind him. You might just say you're playing 600 snaps this year. When guys get older, that's kind of what you usually do. I could see something like that happening. They're trying to improve this defensive line because they have a pretty good secondary. We'll see if Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards can play better with more talent in front of them, right? We'll see if that can happen. And again, they've improved the offensive lines. So ultimately, while the Dayo move I wasn't quite as high on, I think this is a solid. It's a solid move for the Bears. I think this is not earth-shattering, maybe bigger name than player, but I think still a effective move. I'm going to say I like the move for the Chicago Bears. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.